Okay, hey guys, and welcome. So I just wanted to do a quick little rant video on itemization. I know I talk about it a lot, but I'm very passionate about the fact that Diablo 2 is the best ARPG of all time. It has the best itemization of all time, but at the same time, its itemization suffers from basically inept items at the elite unique level. So Dragonscale is the perfect example. I just found one online playing this past week, and I wanted to show you guys to really make the case. So okay, you get excited, you find this elite unique stock room shield. By all means, this should be an end game item. It requires you to be level 80 just to equip it. And what do you get for that? You get okay fire damage. To be honest, most things in hell are immune to fire damage, so it's not great, but it's okay, I guess. You get 15% of fire skill damage, which again, it's okay. Like if you're running a Holy Fire Paladin or like a Vengeance Paladin or something like that, it'll help beef that damage up a little bit, but at the same time, 15% is not that much. If you were to run four facets in like a paladin base shield with resistances or something, you'd probably be a lot better off, to be honest, for a fire build, right? The other thing you could run is like a phoenix shield in a paladin base, and again, you'd be a lot better off. So it's not great in that sense. The plus 10 to Hydra is awesome. I love the idea, but the execution is poor because only 10 to the skill is not a lot. Hydra is not a skill that does a lot of damage unsynergized, and you don't even have the benefit of the fire mastery, and you don't have any way of acquiring it. Like you can get fire mastery on Triangul set, but only for the necromancer because I believe you have to be wearing the shield, the full set to get that bonus. So 10 to Hydra, you could beef it up with a couple plus skills. Let's say arguably you could get it to maybe 20-25 level Hydra. It's going to be unsynergized and it's going to have no mastery. Now you could run it on a Conviction Paladin to enhance the damage, but even still, it would be very niche, right? Like, you would need a Sunder Charm and a full Conviction and a lot of plus skills gear for this to do any kind of damage, to be honest, right? So it feels very mean. Like, I wouldn't even say like niche, it's like a gimmick build or a meme build. It's like you would only make it for the lulls. You wouldn't make it because it's gonna kill anything or it's gonna be any good. You'd make it so you could run around and cast hydras and like either film YouTube content that'll have a laugh or to make your friends laugh or something, right? Because it's kind of a joke. So it has decent defense with some decent enhanced defense. It has a decent plus strength stat. It has fire absorb, which is nice, and it has maximum fire resist. So one thing I like about the item is that it's themed very well with the fire theme. Pretty much all the stats on it in one way or another relate to fire. So that's very cool. So if I was a Blizzard developer looking down the road thinking like, okay, we're trying to separate the two worlds of Diablo 2 and Diablo 2 Resurrected, and we're trying to modernize Diablo 2 Resurrected. At least, again, I've spoken on this before. At least that's what I feel they're trying to do. I hope that's what they're trying to do. I really hope, Reign of the Warlock wasn't just a cash grab and that they're not just going to abandon it and forget about it. Because it's been so many years now, even since, Resurrected has been out, that I think they really could have already improved a lot of these uniques. Like, I think they need to start tasks or projects, and like uniques need to be one project, let's say, right? And they need to just assign one or two or however many guys they need focusing on that, where they're going to rethink the uniques. I don't mean from scratch. Like, okay, for example, if they wanted to improve Dragonscale, it can be easily done, okay? Increase the amount of fire damage that it gives you to something cool, like 50 to 100%. I know that sounds like a lot, but honestly, for a modern ARPG, that's not really anything, right? Or even like 25 to 50, at least something like that, okay? Then I would also give it an additional stat of minus the enemy fire resist, and I would give it something like 30 to 50. Like, I would give it something considerable because, again, Dragon Scale is an elite unique. If it wasn't elite, fine, but it is. So, it's rare to find. You have to slay high level monsters in order to even have a chance of getting one. And then you get it, and it's so like anticlimactic. It's just not an exciting item, right? So I would give it minus the enemy fire resistance. And in addition to that, something Blizzard really needs to introduce in Diablo 2 is the ability to give multiple sockets to unique items, okay? There's no reason within the game code or the game logic why this is impossible. In fact, when you mod your own version and play, you can easily do that and have multiple sockets, and it's a lot of fun, honestly. So the one socket thing is an old idea from like the early 2000s. I think we're past that. Just like how Lizard only gives you rewards to a single socket, that we should do away with all that. And they should have a thing where once you complete that quest, you get unlimited sockets. And the sockets shouldn't be singular, they should be like maybe random chance. So it could be anywhere from like 1 to 4 sockets or 1 to 6 sockets, or depending if it's on a weapon or not, right? Something like that, or maybe there's a formula where you have to put the corresponding number of perfect skulls in like a cube or something, and that'll give you the number of sockets you're after, or something like that. They need to develop like a new way to socket items, where it's repeatable and it's not very expensive, right? It can't be like forbidding. It needs to be something you can do over and over again to keep the game interesting. And they need to also introduce multiple sockets to uniques. And again, the most important, even if they don't do any of that, is that they need to revisit the uniques like Dragonscale, and they need to improve them. And this is across all the unique tiers, not just the elite uniques, okay? Dragonscale is a perfect example because first impressions, it looks kind of exciting. It's like, oh wow, what am I getting? Okay, I'm getting some fire damage. I'm getting plus fire skill damage. I'm getting Hydra. I'm getting strength. Elemental absorb. Wow, this shield is really rocking. But then you put it on, you start using it, and you're like, okay, my damage hasn't gone up very much. Defensively, the only thing it's good against really is fire. And the Hydra skill that it gives me, which is kind of like the whole theme of it, that's what it's named after, right? Dragon skill. The Hydras are meant to be like the dragon, right? You only get a level 10. It's not exciting. Again, it's not synergized, there's no mastery, and unless you're running conviction, you may as well forget about it. It's not going to kill anything. If you're not playing in like early nightmare or somewhere on normal difficulty, it's not going to kill anything. And even on those difficulties, a level 10 Hydra, honestly, it's not that impressive. It's not going to do a whole lot. So anyway, I think we'll end the video here for now, but like there's just a lot of items that had a lot of potential, and they just missed the opportunity to make it great. Like for example, these blood pack shards, right? I don't think any caster warlocks are really going to use them because they're not the best in slot. But if they also had added like an enhanced damage modifier and say maybe some critical strike or something, all of a sudden it opens them up as an option for like druids and paladins and barbarians and things like that. Because the plus life, sorry guys, I've got mad parched mouth over here. Give me 1 second, so I'm talking. Okay. Yeah, I mean, if they added other mods and stats that would allow it to be a decent melee item, I could see it opening up use. And this is one thing they really would need to consider when they make an item, especially if it's not like a set meant for a specific class. They need to make that item in such a way that it will be useful or applicable to multiple builds, multiple characters. Like they don't. I don't know. Sometimes I feel like the items are designed with such tunnel vision where it's like, okay, it's great for this one class, for this one subclass, and then there's that one unique slot taken up by an item that's really only benefiting like maybe one subgenre and style of play. That's not very exciting. So things like the lacerator with the amplified damage, many different builds and classes can make use of the amp damage curse on that item, and therefore can make use of that item, right? So things like that, that's kind of what I'm getting at. The rune word in Enigma is a prime example. The rune word call to arms, things like that. Something that has some sort of intrinsic universal value. Now, I'm not saying every item has to be good for every single class. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying they can broaden a little bit the statistics on items to make them usable and desirable for multiple builds and multiple classes. Because that sort of interplayability really is at the heart of what makes Diablo 2 such an exciting and unique game, right? If I'm being honest. Okay, guys, I think we'll end it there for now. If you've learned or enjoyed the content for whatever reason, please like and subscribe. We're trying to grow, it is very difficult. Right now, our goal is 500 subscribers. We're currently at 52, which is honestly more than I thought I would get within such a short duration. I've only been doing YouTube for like a couple of months now. um, I did upload one video on YouTube like about a year ago. It was something to do with like backyard um, gardening. Let's say I was removing a tree stump essentially, but unrelated to gaming. And then I decided, you know what? No, I need to niche down and make my channel about something I'm proficient at and that I know really well and that I really enjoy. Because if it's not those things, then it's not going to have success. And what I mean by that is, it has to be something enjoyable for me where I'll show up every week and want to continue to churn out fresh content in that subject matter, right? In this case, Diablo 2. And it has to be something I'm good at or proficient at, or otherwise people are not going to really be interested in the content, right? Like, I'm a fairly entertaining guy, but I know I'm not the funniest guy out there, and I know I'm not necessarily like the best storyteller. Like, some people think I'm a great storyteller. I've been told that, over the years, but I personally don't believe it. If I'm being real, so I don't think those are my strong suits. So I'm not gonna sell my channel that way, at least for the time being, until maybe those skills get even better. So for the time being, the way that I kind of try to bring value to this channel and to you guys, my audience, is just through explanation, sharing knowledge, sharing technical things, sharing about game mechanics, hidden things that you wouldn't necessarily know or think to consider, things like that. So I try to bring genuine value that way, and I try to put myself in your shoes and think, if I'm a newcomer, but also if I'm a returning vet, what kind of content is going to give me value for my time. Because when you guys watch my content, that's like you're paying me with your time, right? You might not be giving me your money, but you're paying me with your attention and your time, and that's valuable to me, and it should be valuable to you, right? So I like to honor that by only putting out great content. Well, thank you very much if you stuck around this long and listened to me speak. We'll catch you in the next one, and please like and subscribe. It would mean the world to me. Thank you so much, guys.